32-year-old officer Houston Tipping died last month after suffering a severe spinal cord injury at the police academy in Elysian Park. The LAPD said Tipping fell while wrestling another officer, but Tipping's mother claims he was beaten by fellow officers in an exercise meant to simulate a mob. Shirley Huffman's lawsuit alleges her son was repeatedly struck in the head, severely enough that he bled and that he suffered multiple breaks in his neck, which caused his death. An LAPD spokesperson told the LA Times the department has launched its own investigation into the incident and could not comment on the claim.
Breaking news, an LAPD officer has died following a training exercise accident. Houston Tipping, a 5-year veteran of the force who served as a bike instructor in the Devonshire area, was injured while wrestling with another officer on Thursday at the LAPD's Elysian Park Academy.
Officer Tipping fell to the floor and suffered a catastrophic spinal injury. Officers immediately began CPR and Tipping was taken to USC Medical Center, but he succumbed to his injuries earlier today. Earlier today as well, in a statement, the LAPD's chief, Michael Moore, said in part, the department is fully investigating this accident in an effort to identify if any additional measures can be taken to ensure such a tragedy is avoided in the future.
The mother of an LAPD officer who died of spinal cord injuries says he was beaten during a training exercise meant to simulate a mob. She's making these claims in a new wrongful death lawsuit in Los Angeles.
This lawsuit's providing a lot of new details we didn't know before about the accident that occurred here at this training academy last month. The mother of fallen officer Houston Tipping says it was his fellow officers who repeatedly struck him over the head, breaking his neck in several places while trying to simulate a rioting mob. Shocking new details inside a wrongful death lawsuit filed against the city of Los Angeles. The family of Houston Tipping, a 32-year-old Los Angeles police officer, claimed their son was repeatedly struck in the head by fellow officers, suffering multiple breaks in the neck, which caused his death. At his funeral, his father broke down in front of a large crowd of LAPD's top brass and Mayor Eric Garcetti.
His life mattered. His days had become a sacred calling.
According to a public LAPD release last month, Tipping was grappling with another officer at the training academy when he fell to the floor and suffered a spinal cord injury. But the lawsuit claims it was several officers simulating a mob when Tipping was beaten to death. Police Chief Michael Moore did not specifically address the details of the incident when he took to the podium at the funeral, only calling it a tragic accident.
We've lost a bright light that shined into the darkness. And while we'll miss him, we will never forget him.
In the lawsuit, the family questioned the merit of the training exercise, pointing to other injuries to officers in the past. The department has launched its own investigation to determine if any changes need to be made.